Where's my thing? The thing. I need to find the thing. Okay, found the thing. Thank you so much for the 100 bits, Rissa. Happy Tuesday, Gem. And then an emote that I cannot read from here. Let me see if I can read it from the Twitch side. It's a corgi! Oh my gosh, that's wonderful. Thank you! Ah, alright. Hi there, Devi. Hello, D1 God. Hello, Shaluna. Hello, Simmer. Hi, Flame. Hi, Philip. Hi, Tuna-idy? Hello, Hi. That's their name. It's Hi. Hi, Blip Blob. Been watching your content a lot, so it's cool to watch a stream from you for the first time. Well, welcome. Glad to have you. Hello, Shay. Hello, Delirious Game. Hi, Luxray Eevee. Vimo indeed. Vimo means someone gave me money. I like hearing Vimos. Hello, Ace Astro. Hello, Fear Luna. Hi, Nastio. Have you seen the new match graph feature in replay mode? Yes, that came out with the most recent patch, so I've seen that. Saw that a while ago. Hi, Jules, and Jules' pug. Hello, Quelkgoon? Quelk? I don't know. Gonna have to help me with that one, probably. Hello, Jamie. Hi, Pixie.com. Think I saw you in ranked today? I have played exactly one match today. It was this one, on Clamblitz Hagglefish Market. So if it was this one, then yes, you might have seen me. Oh, hey, Simmer. Looks like you saw me. Tuna-idy. You're not alone in mispronouncing. Yeah, because you put 3 vowels in a row in an English word. Hello, the Ghost Creator. Hi, PK Deluxe. Hi, Lance. So, you speak of this in dating advice. I do not promise it, but it has happened. Welcome. Hello, Melody. Sorry I was late, y'all. I was I was legitimately doing math. My live notification was not wrong. I'm doing a video on Respawn Punisher and figuring out how to present that information to people about when it's worth it to use, because it's not easy. It's not easy to actually tell someone when it's worth it or not. Like, you get value out of it. You can't even give like a KD ratio where it's worth it, right? Because a 4-to-2 ratio and a 2-to-1 ratio are not the same in terms of the effect that they have. There's a difference, and it's not even really proportional per se. So like, there was a lot of algebra, there was a lot of making formulas and spreadsheets, and I think I've finally figured out a good way to put it, but it was not pretty to get there. And I just realized I might have another edge case I need to test to see if my rule ended up being correct. Please be a negative number. Please be a negative number. Please be a negative number. Crap, they're not negative numbers. Ugh. No. Oh, man, now the whole rule I was going to tell people doesn't actually work. Well, it works for most cases. Like, 19 and 12 and 21 and 13 are not particularly common KD ratios to see. It's a good rule of thumb. That's all I really need. Okay, anyway. Yeah, so, like, you have to test all of these, like, possibilities based on just, like, how many kills did you get and how many deaths did you get. God, does it even apply on assists? Because that would just be a mess if that's the case. I don't think it counts as... So, you can't even really check it super well on the end screen because your assists need to be removed. This is complicated. But, oh yeah, Jules is a mathematician too. I forgot about that. Well, anyway. Thanks, everybody, for joining. We're going to get started pretty soon here with some Anarchy Open. I just need to send some information to our VOD reviewee today, Yahir, who is waiting to be dragged up. So Devi and Jamie, we can use both of you here today, if you'd want to jump into the commentary channel whenever. Cat. Alrighty. Check. Oh, here. Move the cat out of the way. There we go. Yep. That's not actually Romeo. That is, his name is Lilith, but that's like kitten Lilith. Lilith is all grown up now. My cat looks very similar, but they are not the same. I actually got Romeo when he was older than that and bigger than that. So, Lilith, and then Romeo. Very similar, but different kitty cat. Lilith, Romeo. Lilith, Romeo. There's more white on Lilith's face. That's one way to tell. Yes, Romeo is insane, and if Jules will attest that Lilith is also insane. I don't know. Romeo can get a little bit crazy, a little bit zoomy, but he's usually a pretty rational kitty cat. But Jamie and Devi, if you're interested, you can hop into the VC. And I've now pulled Yahir into the VC. They're welcome to remain muted if they would like, but at least they'll be able to hear the call-outs, if not be giving them out or asking questions or whatnot. And this will be our lone VOD reviewee for today. I have DM'd Yahir the pool and the password, so they should be able to hop in here with the recruitment notification that I have just now sent. And Devi has also joined us. Hello, Devi.
Just about forgot the password. I was like, I missed one weekend of Silly Comp Sunday. What is this password? figured it out.
Hello.
Yo.
There you go. Sorry, you're taking the cat suit from the Wander quest.
Did I not save my... Ah! Okay, strange.
Alrighty, looks like I'm going frontline today.
I don't remember what my shoes were. I think it was this. I think that's it.
Hi, it's Wired Weird from YouTube. Twitch is working with me for streams. Welcome, Wired Weird.
I lost my...
Can I join? Says Apollo with a Kappa emote. Kappa emote or not, the answer is no. Get your own VOD review. Boot.
Free stream, watch stream, let's go. The command. I forgot you did that last week.
Yeah.
Dating advice is not a new one, actually. That's that's been a running gag for this community since like 2020.
It's been a joke ever since you came out with that the whole build your team video.
Yeah, finding your team. Okay. Yeah, just make sure we know where the leader is before we do things.
Probably on snipe. That's where the paint went.
A couple
I found
on left,
it.
3 on left, 3 on left. Leader drops to
Oh
left
no, that's
box.
a
That's the sword.
Stamper's on the left. Yeah, leader's still on the was near snipe though.
Oh my god.
I'm just. Dinner.
I overshot the leader? Oh, come on.
There's one on our snipe. Oh, I might die. Yep.
Oh baby, got
Watch out for his hammer.
Leaving.
Oh, nice.
Well,
There's
there's
one jump
one
in there, and
jump
one's
in.
way on the back right.
Yeah, there's an E-leader there.
They're rotating it right, maybe?
They dropped in mid. Nice.
Got him.
There's one rotating
Over
right
here.
in the midi.
Sneaky with that. Not gonna actually pop it quite yet.
Okay, they're stuck on left side. Push from mid to left. One on me, I'm down.
Oh. Can I go?
Thank you.
Oh, that's a crab.
Help, help, help. I'm down.
Crying.
Good trade at least.
Uh-oh.
Leader's
I
behind
heard
right
a
with
hammer.
the jump.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna go
hammer.
this way.
In our I forget what it's called. Back on right side
And
now.
it hated my
Oh,
feet.
there's a lot.
How rude.
I got one.
Oh, I'm surprised I didn't trade. One on left pit, sharking.
Yeah. Sword is on me. Right side. Got
Oh
me.
no.
That jump is dead.
Leader's distracted with me.
You are correct. They're coming in left. Watch
Oh,
Stamper.
hello,
Drop.
Stamper.
Two down.
Mini got me.
Even there.
E-leader's behind it on the snipe. Oh no, the leader's going up left ramp for some reason.
2 on spinner. The jump. Getting after the jump. The jump got away. They dropped after me on right.
I'm near you.
Dapple's on me. Left side.
And there, we got one.
Oh no.
Getting
No.
in pop.
Okay.
Good job.
Uh-oh.
Good job. She's down.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
No problem.
That
Jump
was
into left still.
That's a
Wipe
wipe
out.
boat.
Grabbing and going mid.
Okay, followed.
Left
Getting
is
up.
good. Oh no.
Got one.
I missed that.
Leader
Very
weak.
bad.
Got leader. Another one
That's
on
3
top
down.
right. Top right. They're dropping after it. Going in. Got him.
Following you.
Hammer. And twice. Okay, doesn't matter.
Okay.
I don't know how I did not die to the hammer.
I don't know either. Meanwhile, I missed the jump on the left. I was gonna go on the top left because the thing was down. I missed. I'm a little rusty. I don't think I've played in like almost a week. Yo, then 11 and 0. Bravo, Spacer. Bravo.
Nice.
Way to not get sniped.
That it would be a Hydra badge.
Are they playing Hydra?
Probably not.
No.
Oh, that's a very speedy sploosh.
I'm going right instead this time.
Alright. I'm following you.
Alright, well, the sploosh didn't go for
I said
rain, and
sploosh.
it actually got the zap. Zap was on me left. For weak. Got him.
Oh, wiper
Traded.
here. Here we go.
Good trade.
That's just sploosh. Just sploosh. They're on left. You're going
Got
for
him.
mid? Nice.
I got him.
There's one down on street level already.
Thank you.
There you go. One more in front. Two in front. Wiper down. Or it should be. Yeah, maybe not. Three in front. Three in front. Careful about moving up.
Oh, I'm down to
We're
Dapples.
2v3.
I
Upside.
can't aim.
There's one
Jump
coming
out of
left.
again.
We're good. Spacer's good in
Not
mid
jump
right
out.
now.
Yeah, you're good.
There's a
Sorry.
beacon on the left wing
Hammer
though. We
coming
need to
through
get rid of
mid.
that.
Hammer mid. Hammer mid. Got hammer.
Watch out for left wing jump
Dapple's on
ins.
right. They're weak. Traded. One jumping to my ouch. Swiper.
Yeah.
Got one.
Thank you for the sub. Well, I did not get the chance to see the part where you answered how your name is pronounced, and I am sorry. Okay, traded
Oh,
the
no.
hammer. There's one on left
Dapples
side.
up on top right.
There was a dually by
One's
me.
up right.
I don't know where they are.
You? Okay.
Oh, I'm down. Two on the left corner and one underneath middle going for Rainmaker
Behind
now.
us,
There you go.
Done.
One in front. They're hammering.
Hammer.
They're destroying it.
Oh!
There was one in behind, yeah.
The hammer got me by the edge. This is unfortunate. I see Ping going down spinner.
Just took it and ran with it for a bit.
Found the one on
All good.
spin. Oh, left.
One
Sploosh.
out left.
They went back around.
I'm going spinner because they're coming up. Got one. Oh, and then fell. So that was cool. One on snipe.
They're on their spin. Two. Dualies are below me, but they're going back around on the left. I'm being a distraction.
Got one.
We can bring it.
Yeah, we
I
can
guess. If
pick
we
it
bring
up
it
and go into
right.
their court.
Yeah, go in the court.
Got
It's
one.
better.
Sploosh got me. They're on top right. The sharking top right. Dropping.
There you go.
Behind.
One
Wiper.
behind. They're up the wall. Hit him twice.
Oh, Dapple. I
I need
went
to
too
help
far.
with the zap. With the zap. Got 2.
2 more on Jamie.
I'm down.
Magic.
That was quite the imagination you had.
John Lennon imagination. Or imagine.
Got 1.
Great song.
Yeah, I love that song.
Got 2. Woo!
Got Rainmaker.
Don't know where last is, but there's
Bottom
a beacon
left.
under their
They
snipe.
jumped out of
Oh,
the
they
snipe
jumped.
You can take it top left. There's 2 below us.
Spinner, there's 1 on the top left. They're hiding on top. Hammer!
They're hammering in left.
I missed
Oh, I think they could at least trade. I'm for it.
everything. Oops!
One
Don't ask
coming
me
in,
why
left
I'm
mid.
here!
Stop.
Oh, I'm down. I got rain out though. One's going our right. Oh, never mind. They're on the left. Doolies are just chilling in the middle. Our snipe.
Help, help, help.
Not bad.
It's all good.
Oh no. Ah!
Got him. Another one on left. It's Sploosh. I can't. do
Oh,
that.
the wiper got me.
Hi, Wiper. Go away.
Ah. Hammer
Got wiper.
just about got me.
There's a Sploosh in there. They jumped out.
None
Should
of
not
it
have
is.
picked up. This is not worth.
One top left.
It's okay.
One on their snipe. I marked the shooter. I don't know which one though.
We can just keep on right
Yeah,
side.
I'm just gonna stall right.
I'll keep an eye on left.
Got one. They have to run at it.
Yep.
Oh, I'm down.
There you go. Nice.
It's your motion control and stick sensitivity. I am max sense on both. +5, +5. I will say that's not as common. What you tend to see at top level is something more like 3.5s and 4s. At least for motion. I think for sticks they do like +5, but for motion they'll do like 3.5 or 4 or something. But I've gotten used to this and I prefer it personally. And for backline weapons, you're much more likely to see lower numbers.
Mm-hmm.
I've seen as low as -2. So that would be like E-liter. I wouldn't run much else with that. Jem, do you have a favorite song? I have a few. Because they're all for different moods, and it's hard to compare apples to apples. We'll get into that after I'm done chewing.
Okay.
A lot going left.
I'm gonna rotate back to the left side.
Oh, I gotta jump. I'm dead.
Careful, I might have drawn them over snipe. Anchor special.
They're jumping.
Got Rainmaker.
One came in right.
Got him.
Pop.
Mark Charger.
Right.
Got one.
Wait. Oh, there he is.
Moving up, taking snipe.
Careful,
First
left
one
block.
down into court.
We can pick it up and go left, I think. Never
One on that
mind.
snipe. Oh, that's I got somebody, but.
They're still
Oh,
in there.
hey.
Good stop.
Just
That,
you. What favorite songs?
I'm out of ink. Oh, I hear a
Another
wipe.
wiper. Left side.
Yep.
jumped
In
out.
no particular order, you go down Smooth by Lake Street
On the
Dive,
right.
The King's Life by Laszlo.
Got one.
There's so many.
Got two.
Up around right with me.
Yeah, I tapped sniper. I just need a little more pressure on it. There we go. I'm up on the left right now.
Hammer weak, got him.
Got him.
There's
There
gonna
we
be
go.
two jumping at me on the left.
I'm down from Charger. They dropped into port. So you
Nice,
can just
we got
go
it
left
over.
and they won't see you.
Oh, there's one over there.
Got him.
Nice. I'm getting bombed at. Watch out for sniper.
Charger jumped out.
Then bomb. There
Ah, I have no paint!
you go. No. This is you, Spacer.
I even tried to paint my feet before I took it, but none of my shots actually painted my feet. Lots on the left. Oh, and that's a hammer.
Hammer popped.
I'm going around behind.
We're going right.
I'm behind them.
Got one.
Down a
more left,
wiper.
nice.
There you go. One still left behind.
Oh, yep, that's a bump.
Oh, I didn't mean to fall.
There
Thank
you
you.
Sniper
Almost
still
got
left.
brain. I'm gonna
Oh,
rain
there's another
forward,
one.
grab this.
That's up.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, there we got it.
Got one. One top left.
Go, Doobie, go! I got him! No!
The one build that has more swim speed.
Okay. Got one. And I'm alive. I like being alive.
I'm gonna move around on the left here.
Yeah, I'm just coming out left.
You're not running like me. Lots on the left. Oh, that's bridge got me. There you go. Watch out for his hammer. Still one by the bubble.
I did it, dumb. And Perry's on left.
Oh yeah.
Snipe.
There we go.
Nice.
Sniper on.
One pushing
snipe.
left. Hit twice, got him.
Backs out.
Dude, let me follow you, Debbie.
Julie in front of me.
Charger.
Got Wiper.
There's one above me too. Oh,
Charger weak. Got him. There's one behind. Nice.
There you
good
go.
guy. Grabbing and going. Why did I grab? We have 10 seconds left.
Yeah, that's.
ah,
Yeah.
it's fine.
They're pushing.
Ow.
Let's go in this corner, yeah.
I think I just blew up.
Gem has max sensitivity. He's in touch with his emotions. I wouldn't say max. That's a lot.
Jam is a sensitive person. Sure.
Okay, thinking of other favorite songs, because that's definitely not a complete list.
I've been on a real Daft Punk kick lately.
I'm just scrolling through like 900 songs, like, which of these do I love more? It's daunting. I I like a big mix of things, like I figured most people do if they ever actually experiment and find out they like other things. But soft spot for like punk, pop rock, pop punk, whatever combination of words people usually use to describe that.
Thank you.
Or things that sound like it. But I also
Oh,
have a
flop
background
on.
in like classical music, like I played that for a long time in school, and
Cover my flank.
I have a good understanding of it. I didn't get him.
Oh,
Point blank Zook is actually kind
still
of
on the left. Still on the
Yeah,
left.
there's sharking left, top left.
And then there's one
Good shot.
fighting on the right.
Kraken
too.
out.
I think a Kraken's out. Yeah.
They
Uh oh.
landed on me, but did not do a hitbox, so we're good.
We gotta get it up from our side. There we
I'm
go.
flanking right. Got one. They're stuck. Go, go, go.
You got this, they're weak.
Got one. Got three.
Good job, the 2 down, go forward.
Crab is last. They got me.
Uh,
I didn't realize Crab was out, that's my bad.
let me out.
One coming to right perch. They're up there. The gal.
Watch the left.
Oh, there's two actually. I got one of them. Flash is right still.
Left side splash.
Oh, that's a vacuum explosion. And a Zuka shot and a Rainmaker shot, and I gotta get out.
Here I am trying to read chat, and then I look up and I'm getting bombarded from every direction. This game is hard to
That's 2.
Two down.
Rain's 1.
There's one far right on our plat.
Oh, yep.
Flash.
Let's see, I'm just gonna pop it.
2 in front of me, I'm dead. I think the whole team's over there.
Flash on left.
Or in a
left
straight
now.
line.
Got
Nice.
two.
Done,
And if I
Oh,
snapped
there's
a
one on
little
our
faster, I would have had that.
yeah.
Gal on our side. Hey, Kraken. We're going after Jamie.
I lived longer than I should have.
Oh my god. Way too many shots there. Ah, crap, they saw me.
It's fine.
There's one below me. Jumps. They're weak.
One far left. They backed up on the plat, it looks like. Oh no, they're
Oh,
actually
there's still
in
one
there.
here on the side. Mark, I'm dead.
Two down. One on right, one on right.
Get it at left. Get the Rainmaker left.
Suzuki.
Oh, I ate that, Zuka. Left is still the better way. Try to help on the left. There's one on that wall to the left, Jamie.
What? Where?
There was one on the wall.
Thank you, I got him.
Still coming
Rain.
for mid.
Rain. Oh.
In mid.
Go for it.
Oh shoot, this is a bad jump. I should die. Oh no, not if a flash.
You're down, right.
Oh, one on the right.
Two on right. I can't stay. I'm down. Still two on right.
I could get that before you. Oh, all good.
Two top lefts.
Yeah, I can't go for Rain right now. They're guarding it.
I'm moving in toward it. Getting shot at from a lot of
Got
directions.
check.
There we go.
Nice.
I'm in their base.
Last minute.
We have a back
Got
out.
one.
There we go.
I'm down to
Go for
Gal.
lead.
They popped Kraken. It's just them.
Ooh.
Oh, shoot.
Ooh. Oh, you played that bad. Oh no.
That was a bad jump in.
Oh.
Oh my god.
I was
There
trying
we
to
go.
save it, and I should have just let it go.
Yeah, no, yeah. If you see me do a bad jump in, just let me go.
Ugh. I'm stuck.
Okay, we're gonna lose lead
Nothing
here.
in between.
Rain down.
On top.
Flash sweep. I thought it worked. We need to pick that up. Zuking to get us in.
I got one.
They grabbed...
No, they picked it up.
Has some bad jump-ins and other stuff.
Popping in to check up with chat real quick.
I kept going in the Kraken's like stare down, and I'm just like, nope, 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 out, bye, no more.
Ooh, yeah.
Sam Buse says, "Hi Gem, I think you're pretty cool. Thank you. Hit my peak rank around 2100 XP, and am now getting aggressively kicked in the shins by all the people up there. So I'm here to learn how I can tread ink." I like that idea.
Not have a good match that game. That was bad of me.
Trex, I've listened to some of Laszlo's other stuff, but it's really only the closer EP that has really stuck with me from it. I'm like that with a lot of artists. There are a lot of artists where it's only like one album or like 2 or 3 songs that I get into at all. Brownie says, "Hiya Gem, I'm a mediocre Splatoon modder, and right now I'm working on a Splatoon 3 Community Edition with new kits and balance changes. What balance changes would you like to see most in Splatoon 3? That is a tricky question, because when you change one thing, everything else around it breaks and reforms. I think one of the big things that probably should happen... really the biggest problem right now is the maps. If the maps were better, then pretty much every other problem would be less of a problem. And there might even be a rebalancing of things just based on that without even touching the weapons. But Cooler is too strong. Zook is probably a little bit too strong. Some specials need to be buffed. There's certain main weapons that just never see the light of day and could probably use a full rework.
Oh, no.
I shouldn't
Getting
have.
rushed on left by 2.
Yeah,
You're
right
all
side.
alone.
I'm thinking because I thought they were just gonna rush right.
Stop. Out of me. Thank you.
Oh, there's one on our top side.
I see him, yeah.
I'm just gonna let this
Ugh!
release.
There's a stamper on the
There's
left.
one here. One. Oh my god! I keep running out of ink right when I need to defend that. It's bad.
Stamper's got crab. Not anymore.
Alright, there's 2 down. Let's get it moving
Oh, on the box,
forward.
on the box on me.
Don't let him pick up.
Top left. Or right. So watch out for flank.
Spinner is dropping into the water.
Sword got me.
There's 2 there. One on the right. 2 on me.
I'm down on left. 2. They're pushing. They're going for pop. They're splatted by Cars 2 on DVD. Terrible trick, truly.
Oh no! There's one flanking right.
Oh, you said that.
Got 2 with the
That's so
Zuka.
unfortunate.
Another one that dropped court. They're coming back up. Oh, they know about that corner. Cool. There's one on the other side out painting me.
Yeah, it's
I'm getting pushed on left by 2.
Got it.
Julie's down.
Where'd it go?
Still one underneath here.
And Stamper's
Oh,
gonna
yeah,
get me on
behind,
left.
behind. Thank you.
Still 2 on left. Move it right if you can. Okay, they're gonna rotate through court. I'm gonna go in front. Oh crap, here they both are. One more right. Nice, 2
Oh,
down.
I got Zuka.
2v2, 2v2.
Okay.
Got 2.
Stop.
I'm down in mid. One in
Yeah,
fight
there's
club.
one there. I'm just gonna wait.
Jen, what is the max range?
Edit,
of that?
edit, edit.
Any season so far? 2489, if I remember correctly.
Way behind us in our base.
I know. I'm gonna die.
Got one.
Oh, there's a sword on me.
Oh.
Ah.
I did not realize that it was Devi I was dropping on there.
Well, there was apparently more than one of us.
Another snake.
Got one. Got two.
One on spinner.
Third one's weak on the right. Third one weak on the right.
They're
going
getting
left.
jumps. I'm down. Still 3 in mid.
Okay. There's one painting up on our top right.
Missed my last shot on the heavy edit. They're coming right.
Yeah,
I traded the Zuka. They're going left.
Yeah.
Three down.
Nice.
Just the shot. Where's the shot?
That's a delay.
They're out and left. Got one. And then jump in and left. Got them. Good job.
Got the heavy edit.
There's one up on street somewhere.
Going through court.
Dropping from behind. Sword.
They went left. I'm down.
Got sword.
We only need 3 points here. Just spread them out and then go.
Go.
Nice. Julie's down. I'm in behind. Got one. Got two.
Nice.
There we go.
Hey.
Oh.
Okay, scrolling through to get through chat. Jem, what's your favorite part of Splatoon's lore? Probably the moment where, I guess this isn't really lore exactly, but the moment where Agent 8 emerges from the subway and sees the world outside for the first time.
That was a good one.
Says, it's just EH. Hi, I really appreciate your recent video about the screen and disabilities. Just finished watching it before coming here. It's nice having someone communicating the important ideas you did to people. Thank you. I do appreciate hearing that. They're definitely, you know, it's a hard thing to communicate, and it's something that you get a lot of pushback about. And there are definitely, I think, some ways I could potentially have been more sensitive with my wording of it all, but it was important enough to say. What are we VOD reviewing? We will be VOD reviewing some of Yahir's gameplay. Yahir, aka Spacer, I guess, in game here. We have a replay code set up with them. Where's the food at? Right down here.
My food is here. In the kitchen.
GG, Squid School, love your vids, watch them all the time. Got our heart beating a bit.
A lot of swim speed.
Thank
Brush and Splash have the most swim.
you. And hello, Starvexia. Sorry, I'm way behind on chat. That was like 6 minutes ago that you said that, but happy to have you.
I'm down to one. Brush
yeah,
got me.
there's a couple below me on right. Got one. I think I'm actually clear here on right.
Yeah, right now you are.
There's one in mid. I hit him once. I'm zuking.
Heard a
Got
zip.
them, but I'm down. The zip.
I got the
Nice.
zip, or someone else
32?
did, but...
I did.
Oh!
Clear
Hello,
out the
Luna!
others before we move the rain up. Nice, nice.
Wipe,
Just
oh.
wipe.
Nice.
I'm just going up their steps and holding forward. Octobrush turns backwards looking at me. I'm down on right. 2 on right. They moved left.
To your left.
If you need to sprint for points, you could probably drop right and get somewhere, but it looks like we're doing well.
Got one.
Nice. Down on me. Hit him twice. Did one.
Go away.
Job.
There you go. Nice.
Chew!
We'll
Go,
get there.
Spacer, I believe!
Yeah.
Okay, you did it!
Excellent, excellent. Freezical says, "Hey, GG Squid School, love your vids, watch them all the time." Oh wait, I read that one already. Thank you. Really interesting to see how you play when you don't know where the enemy team is. Yeah, that's part of what is really hard to see in a VOD review is knowing what information I'm acting on, like knowing what I'm seeing and what I'm not seeing. Because like that skill of awareness is one of the most important things to keep yourself safe. I tend towards playing too recklessly. Like, there are definitely a lot of times where I'm just kind of going in for fights when I probably shouldn't be. So don't pick up bad habits that way. But if any of those habits are, you know, teaching you how to be more cautious, then absolutely grab from those. You and your team are very coordinated. You're just hearing us say things. That doesn't mean any of us are like necessarily listening. At least I'm speaking for myself here. Doesn't mean I'm necessarily hearing other people all the time here. There's definitely some calls that I'm like, oh wait, I probably should have listened to that. Ah, machine got me right. Careful, careful. Yeah, get out if you can. Ah, shoot.
Zuka got me at the very end. We're taking it right.
Alright, just see if we can stop check.
Oh, I was close.
We're probably not stopping it at this
paint.
point. Dang, this blaster's hitting direct.
Ooh.
I can't do much. I have to rely on your guys' range.
Range is down. Zuking. Got one.
There you go. Zuka is like really nice with it.
Dynamo down. There's a jump. Getting the jump. Jump is down.
I'm dead.
Another
Blast
jump.
is
Got
still
the
around
range.
the wall. Oh, never mind. You got it.
Okay.
We're there. There you go.
There you go. Hot soda.
And that's how you get a quad. You just catch everyone super jumping. Scaring me a bit.
Left side, help.
Zuking. Got two.
There we go.
No idea how
Down.
one of those hit somebody else, but we're cool with it. Machine in mid,
Need
machine
help.
in mid. Nice.
Oh.
Nice
Just
reaction.
Get that check. I'm gonna threaten right.
There's a lot of range in front of me. I can't push forward. I have
Range
to
flasher
follow
got
up.
me. They're on blast.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're
we'll
gonna
have
need
to
specials
rely.
to break into that.
Yeah. We also need Spacer to poke him.
Someone coming bottom left.
Triple left.
Yeah, we can't stay.
Yeah, just back off. Hold mid.
Oh. Got one. Got two.
Move down. Beautiful.
One bottom left. They're range in their court.
Got
There you
three.
go. Weak-
This machine,
weak
machine.
down.
Where's machine?
Grab Zuka though, careful.
I don't know. Oh, they're on
They're
the top corner.
they're top left. They're on me. Careful, the Zuking.
Ah, last shot.
Oh, Dynamo's by me in the pit.
Someone came out right. I mistook what I saw. Three coming out. Just back up. Oh, it is so hard to break into this. They have screen ready. There it is. Two coming in from left.
I'm
Got
gonna
the
get hit. Yep.
squeezer. I'm probably dead to Dynamo.
You're
Yeah,
alone
that's
in
it.
four. There's
Yeah.
one behind you. Yeah.
Right side is slosh.
Oh, shoot.
I'm gonna move in on right.
God. I didn't want to get seen.
Sorry, I didn't
I
know
got
that
hit
you
two
were
times on the way in,
that
so I am leaving.
I thought you saw me.
Sorry.
Zuking.
Almost have jet.
Got one.
Almost a soap.
Dynamo drop left. Dynamo on spacer on left. They got 2.
2 on me. One more.
Nice. 2v2.
Blaster.
I'm almost there. Careful, there's 2 in front.
There's a blaster around that corner. Yep.
That's still on fort.
Yeah. There are 2 on my ouch.
Yeah, they've been hitting good drops.
Blaster's still up in front.
I know. I'm weak.
Dropping out right. Got 1.
You're alone. I'm close, but...
Forcing them back.
Blasters
though.
in front of me. They're back on the left.
Yeah, I'm down to Zuka. 2 behind left.
Come here, Rainmaker. Got him. And I'm dead.
Let's get some paint in mid.
It's
We
just
need some
Spacer right
space to
now.
work here.
They're mostly on their bunk. One's going right alley right now. Dynamo's painting it.
2 on right alley. Got 1.
Oh. They have juice on the plat.
There.
Ooh, I'm down to Dynamo. 3 on the bottom left. 2 went snipe, 1 went left corner.
Yeah, I'm down on right.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
Blaster's down.
1 on left, 1 on left.
I don't have any paint.
Got him.
I got another one. Dynamo's gonna get me though.
Pushing in behind them.
Right alley, Jamie. Right alley. Right alley.
Got 2. 1 more.
The wave breaker, dude.
Ah, the wave breaker got me too. I should have had those shots. They're going for rain. We need to pick it up. Right next to it.
No! Ah! No!
I was able to get a couple shots on the blaster on right alley, Debbie, but I just got killed by wave breaker because he chipped me beforehand.
Man.
Oh man, I'm missing some questions. Starvexy asks, any tips for Trizuka? The big thing with Trizuka is to recognize that it's going to go up before it comes back down. Like, it arcs in the air. It does not go in a straight line. So you have to compensate for that, especially if they're close to you, by aiming further down. Like, a lot of the time you have to aim, like, a good 10 feet in front of them to actually have the Zuka hit them directly. Once you get used to that, you kind of get the sense of how that changes with elevation. Like, it's worse if you're higher up above them. You have to aim even further in front of them. Once you figure that out, you're in good shape. We'll do 1 more. Actually, let's do 2 more. Let's do 2 more since we're taking the time to go in and remake the lobby again. We've got a little bit of time. We've got only 1 VOD review today anyway. Really random question. How do players usually find pickup teams? Discord servers will have scrim channels where you put in, like, you ping. They set up pings so that if you want to get pinged for scrims, then you get notifications there. And there's also Sendu Queue. Sendou is the name of a player, Sendu, who created this website called sendu.inc, I-N-K. And he has a ton of competitive resources there, including a way to find matches that are actually, like, ranked and give you points and stuff toward figuring out which players you should be matched up against. Really, really good system. Very popular way for competitive teams to practice right now, as well as free agents or individual players. How are Silly Comp Sunday ideas submitted for voting? There is a phase of nominations and a phase of voting, both of which are accessible to people who are subscribed on Twitch, are members on YouTube, or are Patreon supporters. So you get into the super secret club if you're one of those things. Hi, I was told there would be math. Yes, we talked about math when talking about Respawn Punisher, Joy. I've got, you know, all of the scenarios written out of, like, your KD ratio and, you know, whether it was worth it in the long run to have Respawn Punisher in all of those different scenarios. But the way to represent it visually has been throwing me for a loop, because you can't even necessarily put the KD ratio on the x-axis as just a single variable, because a 4 and 2 ratio is way worse for respawn Punisher than an 8 and 4 ratio. So it's like really confusing how to actually present that information on like a graph or a chart or something. But I think I've come up with a good rule of thumb for people to follow.
There's
that handles
one
all
on
of
our
the weirdest edge cases.
bunk.
Zuking.
Yeah, back to there. Yeah.
Alright, I'm pushing left plat.
I got 2.
Yeah,
Third one's on me. Got him.
Nice, that's
Oh,
why.
There you go.
For now.
Oh, there's a beacon. No more beacon. Beacon bad. We don't like beacon.
One on the top left. Oh, what did I die to? Something's on the bunk.
That is a wiper there.
Oh, we're 3 down. Watch out.
Do they have the
Viper's already on the left. Or right, sorry.
You're good. PG2 is on bunk.
Someone just put a beacon right below me. And I'm right by
Now
it.
pushing bunker. One dropped our side. The weak got him.
Another one on me.
Oh,
Hello.
there you go. Thank you.
They're making a
And
pretty
it went
ambitious
back to
play
bunk or
considering they were
something.
marked.
Got the edit, traded.
Jump out, switch.
One's going top left.
One on bunker. We haven't cleared that yet.
Yep.
Hit him twice. He's on mast. Still weak.
Oh, one.
I'm down.
Ah,
Jumping in like a crazy person.
Oh no! I didn't hit the shots.
Oh, they don't
You're
know.
alone.
They know now, but they can't do anything.
Yeah.
Got one.
Jamie can pinch.
Got two.
They just put a
They're
beacon below you
lagging.
on the right.
There might be a DC here.
unfortunate.
Zuking.
Right plat.
Okay, this is too far away. I'm just gonna shoot the other direction.
Two there, careful.
I got one of them.
Heavy edit top left. And Stamper going left. They're just gonna let me have this, huh? Okay. That was... Of all the times to contest, that was one of them, I guess. They've just given me a lot of free points here.
They really are.
Oh man, this guy's so laggy, I don't know what's going on.
Okay, so what's this mean? Who's having trouble with that?
Oh no.
Okay.
No, that Stamper is on some internet.
Or at McDonald's, as we like to say it.
Yeah.
They're on cricket internet.
They forgot to switch the router off their company Wi-Fi when they don't live there.
Not again.
Hey. The fist bump when with the quack. Good timing.
Can you quickly check Discord DMs?
Should really do my rank up battle. Thank you for reminding me, Splatoon. One more?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cool. Devin, you know how we hopped off with Pokemon like last night? And I said I was also gonna hop off. I
Yeah.
did not hop off.
Oh.
I kept hopping back on because it's like, oh wait, I need to do something else.
I
Okay,
thought you were gonna make a jumping Joltik joke.
Samara, I am almost certainly pronouncing Sendu wrong, because it's a
Uh-oh.
Japanese word that's used by a European guy, and I'm an American. Something's going wrong in that process, no matter what.
It's like a game of telephone.
That is a Zuka Clash Blaster.
One dropped into court. They're stuck. Bottom left. In the place. Got him.
There you go.
Zuking bottom right. They're stuck. Nice. One top right.
Can you get moving?
Got one.
Yes.
Right side's clear.
They're up on top left there.
Top left, yeah.
Just getting some ink.
Almost
Zuka
soda.
out.
Oh, Zuka.
I got one.
I'm good.
Oh, hey.
Zuking.
Here you guys have soda.
There's a blaster by me.
On right. Got
They
me.
have a vacuum.
Shot got top right.
Oh!
Nice. Okay, we need to control left side now. There's
one.
one on steps.
Tapped him. But I'm dead.
Blaster weak on me. Got him.
You
Just
down?
shot. Where's
Let's
shot?
see, check.
Up here by me! Dead.
Top left, yes. Jump into you, Spacer. You can ride for the rest of you. Oh, never mind, yeah.
Alright, good luck.
I was a cow for one silly comp Sunday.
I wasn't saying. I wasn't trying to make a cow noise.
I know, but I did. I know.
Oh shit.
Get out my hay.
I
The only
say,
line
hey.
song that I repeat on this.
Hey-oh.
Hey,
Oh, that's a vacuum. No thanks.
Taking a wide angle.
Woohoo! Lots of bombs.
Got one.
Nice.
One mid. Rapid.
Ooh, that's a Zuka.
And they also have a jump in.
Ooh! There's a clash down here somewhere.
I'm down to rapid and mid. There's 3 there.
Oh boy.
Farming special. Be there shortly.
They're very weak on tower.
Zuking tower.
Him twice
Got
on
one.
ramp coming up to a heal now.
Got 2. One more by tower. Got him.
Top left, I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they're,
rapid.
they're going into mid. I'm chasing
I
them.
see them. So look
Aha.
at me. Get them. Ooh.
One on right snipe.
Oh, you got tower. Look right. Thank
I'm
you.
pushing left to right.
I'll try and get over there in a second.
You got jump.
Steps.
Thank you. 2 on me on left.
Yep.
Nice. Top left too.
Flanking
Oh
left.
boy, I'm getting chased.
One over the rail. I can't get there. I just have to go for someone else. One drop right. Pushing them. Weak on me. Didn't get him. They're on steps. They're coming to tower from steps.
Please need to back off from that.
Oh!
Oh. Alright.
Actually, let the tower go for a bit. And tap it.
Oh, that's a
Coming to
blaster.
spacer.
Got one.
Nice. Oh, that's a vacuum. I'm afraid that I'm gonna get hit by his vacuum shot. About to.
One in court. Oh boy.
Ooh. Got one.
One in tower. Got him.
Thank you.
Oh, there's a
Okay.
blaster behind me. I don't know where that clash went. Oh, I found
They
it.
dropped.
Never mind. Hello.
Got one.
Zuking.
Oh, there's another one.
Got one.
Oh, it's a
Are they
bomb.
back?
Got 2.
Nice.
One pushing tower. I'm down.
I did trade at least. Everyone on elbow. There you go. Still one there.
Got clash.
Last 15.
I can't go any closer.
Last 10.
Rapid weak. Got him. Another one on me. Got him.
Ooh,
Flash.
clash! I got him. My life.
Alright. That's a good one to end on there. Let's see. There are a bunch of questions that have been asked.
Questions.
I actually, Joy, I'd be really interested in seeing what you put together for Respawn Punisher. I don't think I saw that before, but I would love to present that information, even if I just end up being like, here's what Joy did. All credit to Joy. I'd still be happy to put that out in a video.
Joy.
So I've been racking my brain about how to do that.
Oh, I had a solid game. Let's go.
All
right.
I'll call you out the silver cooler badge. Nice.
Nice.
Just curious if anything beyond Sendoku, MIT's launch points. Oh, it's pretty dead. Yeah, I mean, there are a bunch of servers. There's Splatoon Strongholds. There's a bunch of, like, team-specific servers. There is Inkademy. There is... Oh, boy. Ludi is a really good one for scrims, because that's where people actually get their divs, and so that's, you know, a place where you frequently see people go to look for specific skill level scrims. There's a server called the Splatoon 2 Pickup Scrim Hub. There's a whole... what a lot of people do also is when they get a team, they go and find other teams that they just, like, get good practice from and be like, hey, let's make a scrim server together, and then we can all get good practice from each other. And so that's actually... those have been some of my best experiences with scrim servers, is going into one of those. So...
Alright, well, have fun with the review.
Thank you, Devi, and thank you, Jamie.
You're welcome.
I'm going to catch up on chat really quickly, and then we'll go and get the VOD review going. I already have it pulled up in the computer. Oh, well, I have to back up a little bit. There it is. Okay. Sorry I'm late. I was teaching my expensive face how to juggle. Welcome. I hope it learned well. Oceania internet moment for sure. Oh my god. I was wondering if Jem or any other Splatoon YouTubers have made videos on what to do when you're re-entering after respawning. I often find myself feeding in those situations. Honestly, one of my best things that I can say is to look at the S Plus video, the section on defense. Oh, I totally missed some donations from, or some bits from ONZQ. I'm just looking and seeing this now. I'm sorry if... I don't know if it actually triggered a notification and I just missed it or what. Sometimes I do miss them, but apologies for that. They say first hello and then can't stick around, hope you have a good stream. Well, that stinks because now they're not going to hear me acknowledge them. So I'm doing a great job, but thank you so much for that. But yeah, so going back to the question, when you are at a disadvantage, you try to avoid engaging. You know, maybe put some paint on the ground, but like you've got to be first of all remembering that you're probably the furthest player forward if you're just respawning now, and second of all to like keep an eye on the map while you're respawning so that you can see how far the opponents are getting during that time, and you know where it's safe and where they'll be pushing next and what's actually going to be in their way to slow them down. Would you say Respawn Punisher exists more for countering a QR meta? The fact that it has a... I mean, heaven for... If I ever have to make an accurate prediction about what Nintendo were thinking when they designed something, I really hope there are low stakes on that decision. It's not great for me to have to do that. So what can Respawn Punisher do? Well, it counters tactical, or kind of, if you put it on like an E-liter. The thing about Respawn Punisher is that you have to get a really good KD ratio in order for it to ever be impactful. And that just locks out most of the weapons in the game from getting any value from it. You, like, unless you are just like mechanically much stronger than the rest of your team and your opponents are then going to be weaker than you personally can handle, it's probably just not worth it to run it on most weapons. Anybody problem? How do I watch 2 streams at once? There's like multi-Twitch, which is, I think you just put in like multitwitch.tv/insert name of channel 1/insert name of channel 2, and then hit enter, and it'll kind of split the two and give you both chats. So that's an idea for Twitch. You can also make like 2 smaller windows and just have them both open. Adjust the volumes so that they're pretty even. Would Trizuka-ing someone's house be considered a war crime? Yes. I would say so. Unless all it was doing was blasting paint, then it's probably just vandalism. Depends on how sturdy the house is, I guess. Tri-Stringer got Burst Bomb Cooler. It's a nice... Yeah. They haven't gotten phenomenal kits. One of the findings I had on Respawn Punisher was that it makes games much more snowbally in either direction per RP in the game, increases score differential, and decreases match length. Interesting. Because, yeah, one thing that I'm noticing from my data, which is not really even data per se, it's just, like, putting numbers in a spreadsheet and seeing what the results would be given those possibilities, is that the more kills there are in the game in general, the more it favors Respawn Punisher. Like, you're allowed to die, like... If you're getting, like, a 20 KA, you can die, like, 11 or 12 times and still get really huge value out of it. Like, a 21 and 12 still gets you more value than not having it. Actually, even a 21 and 13. But, like, so, like, a 2 and 1, for example, which is pretty unrealistic, you're probably not going to get that, is valued at less than a 4 and 2. And so on and so forth. Like, an 8 and 4 is worth more than that. The KD ratio isn't actually consistent in the amount of value you get. You actually get more when more stuff is happening. Which makes it really hard to just, like, make a graph. But that's kind of how it works. Okay. Well, we've gotten down to the bottom of chat. Time for us to actually get started with this VOD review, huh? So we have not heard yet from Yahir, and they are welcome to just stay muted and whatnot. But question for Yahir that maybe they can answer in DMs is, are you playing with a team here, or is this a solo queue match? So, this is solo, okay. Yeah, it looked plausible for team comps. Definitely unorthodox, but plausible. But that makes sense. So, all right. One nice thing that we have going for us here is we have cooler and they don't. So that will mean that if we play well around the cooler, we're just going to have more uptime than the enemy team. And we can play a little bit defensively early on. Because, you know, we don't have to force things really. We kind of just benefit from when they go down, when we get picks, like, we're able to follow up better than they are. And if we go down, it's not as big of a deal. So we can, like, it's not on us to win outright. As long as we just kind of keep things even and trade back and forth, we're fine. And if we do ever want to go in really aggressively, we can kind of afford to just run in and aggressively take those trades, and we're fine with that. So, really, really huge advantage in that regard, as long as the NZAP player actually gets a lot of coolers out. So they're going to be an important player to keep alive. We do have an undercover Brella, which is, you know, never great to have, but they do have 2 dualies, and dualies they have a pretty difficult matchup against Brellas. So we might be able to get some picks off the dualies, maybe off some chip damage from the Brella or something, when they engage that weapon. They're a lot more aggressive. They have missiles, they have strikes, and then they have the 2 end parries that are just going to charge forward at you. So you do have to be careful about getting rushed down here, when you don't have cooler especially. But have not, you know, in the matches that we've played, you have not been like bad at backing up when you're being pressured. Like, you've had a pretty good sense of when you need to not be there. So let's see what happens. Okay, so moving over to this far left side. Trying to think about what that first shot was aimed at. One thing that I'm thinking about is, like, I can see the enemy backliner, and I'm wondering if they can see me. So, like, charging up right here, I don't really know who your target is going to be in this particular position. Oh, I do need to share the screen. My bad, my bad. I forgot to share my screen, so they're not seeing this in real time. Here it is. Sorry about that. Now you should be able to see a lot better. Okay, so this first shot right here, it's landing on your own color ink, and there doesn't seem, I guess maybe you're trying to check the corner for who the target might be back there. Like if there's someone to the bottom left, but if there is someone to the bottom left, Rissa, who has already dropped off the plat here, is probably already encountering them. So you'd probably know that anyway. I just try to err on the side of not giving away information about where I am until I have something of value that I can do with that shot. And I feel like that shot in particular, that first one, was just landing on your color ink and not threatening anybody. And also wasn't painting the zone. So try and, like, you know, hide yourself a little bit more before you take those first shots. And, like, don't necessarily take shots at a slower pace. Just, like, have something to aim at when you do fire the shot, so you're not giving away where you're standing and therefore giving the offense time to rotate to the other side of the map away from you before you're threatening them. Now you'll notice, like, you don't really have a lot of targets to aim at right now. And it's enough, since we want to fight somewhere, that we can just kind of paint the zone here. But you haven't really been able to shoot anybody yet. And it's mostly just because you fired some shots early on, they knew where you were, they stayed away from it and went to fight the other side. And maybe that was worth it, because your teammates did drop in on right, and it looked like they did win a fight, in part because the enemy team wasn't able to rotate to the other side and get away from it. But it's a relatively low impact few plays we've had at the beginning. Okay, good job getting out of there once they showed up. I think if the charger hits their shot, you should be down, but you kind of recognize, oh shoot, they're about to aim at me. Like, I feel like you did the most you could with the information you had. Maybe there's a world where you have to drop your charge and just swim away instead of firing back at them, but you win this round here. So they're down their backliner. Scare their frontliners away here. Nice shot. They had no business, frankly, being up there. That's a situation where they should really know that you're still here because you've been here the entire game. You've also just fired a shot at somebody else on their team, so this is something they should probably have seen and known was coming. And they, not only did they peek up over the top side, but they just kind of ran forward. And so it was very linear. It was a very easy shot for you to take. That's not something they should have done. But, you know, good job punishing the mistake that they made there. Good job staying out of the range of the charger, not trying to contest. There's not much your weapon can do individually there. And not getting baited also by your attack cooler. I like that you're harassing that area. It's clearly very vulnerable. The screen is coming at them from one direction. They've got a very narrow sight line where they can see you, and they're on low ground, so you can take some free shots. I probably would have pressured that a little bit more. Obviously, there's a charger there you have to be worried about, but while they don't have charge, just, like, keep putting the shots down there and pursue that a little more aggressively, I think. Like, yeah, there's a charger there, and we have to be careful about that. But right now, they don't have charge. Okay, what you wanted... That shot was probably unsafe because they had a shot on you. You want to be kind of desyncing so that the charger fires a shot and then you like already have a shot ready to go that you can return fire with safely, knowing that they can't hit you. That's kind of where you want to be. And the way that it's going right here, you're kind of having a shot at the same time as them, and they should theoretically win that because it's easier for them to hit their shot. But then you don't fire any shots, even though you see that they're clearly not charging their weapon. And that's when I would be trying to go for kills. Because they're not suppressing you anymore. You just get to free fire, and they're still in the same bad situation they were in. Good damage there. I'm surprised they're staying where they're at. Brave of them. Nice, you get them. Now we really need our team to get in there and paint. If you don't have targets to aim charged shots at, I would just be painting the zone at this point. We need all of the paint on the zone that we can get to ensure that we get this cap, because this cap is really important. There we go, good job. That's a wipe, now we need to move up. Good job, get the cooler. And then you have 2 jobs here. One is to look at plat, and one is to not get flanked on the left. And you want to take a position where you can see both of those 2 things. You don't really get that much more value from getting across onto plat until you can get all the way up onto their spinner, which is not ideal to try and do off of this early of a play, because they're just going to have respawned by the time you get there, and then you're not going to have a lot of places to drop. So it's not a very solid position until you're going like really, really hard lockout, and you've got people up in their like top left and stuff. You're basically just going to stay in mid the whole time. So we're watching the front here. It's unfortunate that your team does not push up here. The major mistake on the front lines part here, to not put someone on the enemy plat. That needs to happen every time you get like a wipe like that. Otherwise, you can only push so far up. They just get like to walk back up to the zone and start painting it again, as long as you're not keeping them away from the plat there. So that's a mistake on their part. It's not really your fault that you're getting forced back here. You do have to play it kind of safe, especially since you're now getting flanked left. That's probably longer than I would have stayed there, knowing that that was what the situation was. So now you're forced to jump out, when what might have happened is if you had just like swam backwards and jumped back to plat, you could just reset on plat. They have double splashdown right now. So anytime you see one of the dualies, just know that that's something that might go up into the air. There's one of them. That's something to keep track of, like, as you're swimming out. Like, you know, be checking the map and figuring out where people are, but also look at who's up and who's down and who has specials so that you know what to look out for. A little bit dangerous to peek on the left-hand side there. If there had been, for example, a wiper underneath the ledge, they can jump up and hit you at melee range if you get too close to that. So having all of that painted on the left, I would not get that close until I had thoroughly painted the left-hand side so I knew that there was nobody over there. Machines especially love to get down there and hit people from there. I don't know what the wiper's doing, but what it should be doing is being there on the left-hand side, meleeing you for that. I'm not a huge fan of how far back we are at the moment. We only have 27 ticks left to go. We need to be finding some angle where we can see stuff and really kind of aggressively starting to push people out. There we go. This is a good push. We're losing some points for it, but we should be able to get this back. Priority right now is to get the cap. Your teammates can handle that one player who's stuck there in the corner. Get the cap as soon as you possibly can, so we're scoring as soon as we can. Like, that was like 3 seconds worth of points that we passed up on, where we didn't fire a shot at the enemy player in any of that time anyway. Might as well have put shots on zone instead. And those 3 seconds correspond to something like, let's see, it's 1 2/3 per second. So 3 seconds times 1 2/3 gives you 3 and gives you 5 seconds, or 5 points worth. Games have been won and lost by a lot less than 5 points. So just always get those extra points where you can. Ideally, like, the order of operations here is you take the zone first and then you win the fight. Like, that's kind of... Obviously, it's not always going to work out that way. They're going to defend sometimes in a way where you have to fight them just to get to the zone, but when you get the opportunity, that's kind of what you're trying to go for. There are a lot of situations here where it feels like we're kind of firing shots just to fire shots, where we're putting them in places where we're pretty confident that there isn't someone. I would just take an extra second here and there sometimes to reposition so that you're actually getting shots that are going to go on target. Maybe like take a second to collect some information and then figure out where you want to fire. Because like you fired a shot up over the spinner, didn't hit anything, didn't really scare anyone. Now 2 people know where you are. You're getting flanked on the left and you have only just charged up enough to fire a second time. There's something to be said for making the shots count in addition to, you know, getting the extra paint down on the ground. Also, remember what I said about how your job is to look at plat and not get flanked on the left side? You've gotten flanked on the left side like twice and haven't been watching it. That's a feature of this map where ideally someone else on your team is checking that, but if they're not, you just need to play as though there's always someone over there until you know that you've got the whole thing painted. So we lose zone. Looks like we decided against jumping in, which was wise. I'm worried for Big Shrimp here. If you can safely get into a position where you can help Big Shrimp, I would assume in this situation that they're getting chased. I would assume that somebody's after them because they're the only one left after a basically full team wipe. And you want to go and cut the opponents off if they're trying to get to them and maybe try to swing something before Big Shrimp gets tracked down. There's, like, we can actually see that there is an N-Parry Doolies player that was swimming through their curling bomb towards the left to get after them. And we're just not responding to that. Looks like we might not have seen it. And we lost Big Shrimp right there, which was presumably to those Doolies. If we had, like, seen that, responded to it, rotated to it, we might have been able to, like, trade that back or help Big Shrimp get out or, you know, have some positive impact on the situation. Nice shot. I don't know if you intentionally aimed it at the other player there, but I would probably have tried to get all 3 of the lasers on the same player. Because the one who was in the back on their plat was so far back that there was no pressure on them and they were going to be able to dodge however many lasers you put on them. Whereas the player who's down below, the more pressure is on them, the easier it is for your teammates to clean that player up. Yeah, that's how those duels with the Chargers should really be going, especially when you don't have cover to work on. Or to work behind. They've been letting you get away with a lot here, but you can't just challenge the Charger on open ground. It's got, I believe, a faster charge time. The range is comparable, if I remember correctly. As soon as they're in range, you got to be kind of responding to that. Yeah, you know, Jumbo Shrimp. This is pretty far back here. Yes, like there's a splashdown up in front, but also we did just get a big fight win and cap the zone. All right, nice. We don't want to lose our opportunity to move up when we get it. Because now, when we play from this far back, the enemy team gets to walk to the zone and start painting it without being stopped by you. If you're on top mid, they have to stop you and then get to the zone. So you being able to walk up and kind of ratchet forward on the map is really important for your team to be able to hold for a longer amount of time. It's very possible that you just lose complete control of the zone here in part because we weren't able to get up there and lock them out the way that we would have if we'd taken mid. And it's definitely risky. It's definitely scary to move up there when there's someone in front, but you had 2 teammates with you. And like that's the sort of thing where even if you move up and your teammates don't, if you get rushed by that player in front, well, you just jump back to plat and hopefully your teammates recognize the situation then and start to help you. But we've got to move up in the situations where we have those advantages. If we don't, then we just don't get to hold the zone for as long. Because as soon as they respawn, they come back firing on all cylinders, and they splat our teammates, and they take control of the zone back. We haven't had a very long hold so far in this game. They've always been able to neutralize it and force us to go through penalty again. It's really critical for getting good long pushes that you hold the zone for a pretty long time. Not just like cap it and then give it away, and then cap it and then give it away, and cap it and give it away. You're losing so much time every time that happens. So I'll say great shot on the first player. Again, on the second player, you're challenging a charger in a way that they probably shouldn't be letting you. But you outplay them in that case, and we get to have the zone. And now, again, we need to get into this lockout position. We need to get into a position where we're able to see them coming out. I like that we're painting all of that up, knowing that someone's going to drop here. This time it's a charger. You gotta be careful dropping here. Dropping is scary because now any frontliner that wants to run at you can just completely take you out of play. If you're going to drop there, one of the things you really want to be doing is painting the zone as much as possible. Nice! Wait, that might have just saved the game. Would have been more likely to save the game if you had had the full charge ready for that player when they dropped. But, wow, I think we make it here. I like that you switched to the tap shots there, recognizing number 1 that you needed the paint coverage, and number 2 that you needed the fire rate to make sure you had the best chance of splatting those players who are rushing you. So it works out there. If I were to draw a heat map of places that you stood during that game, it would be like really, really heavily scribbled in on just the left side of plat. Even doing something like switching to the right side of plat can make a huge difference and help your team a lot, because the enemy team doesn't know where to expect you and is a lot less likely to, or a lot more likely to give you shots just because they don't know that you're watching. Rotating around in general is really important to the extent that you can as a backline weapon. Like I said, challenging the charger like that, at a certain level, that charger's just going to start hitting their shots and you're going to start dying every single time you challenge them like that. Unless you know that they don't have charge, you got to be really, really careful being on an open sight line against them. I think you would do well to try and look a little bit more toward your teammates. There was the time, for example, with Big Shrimp on the left-hand side where you saw that your teammate retreated over there, you saw that they were one of the last players up, and there was an opponent even who was heading in that direction, and you were just kind of looking for your own shots in mid instead of trying to team up with them and help them out. The Tri-Stringer, this particular kit, is really, really good at having an impact on every single fight that happens in the game, regardless of where it's happening. Like, every part of the kit is actually really good for that. If you want to do damage to chip with a teammate who's having a fight further away from you, you have the main weapon. If you have a fight that's so far out of your range that you can't help with the main weapon, then you have the special. The Toxic Mist is also really helpful for getting your teammates more advantageous fights or helping them get away. So, like, everything that you do can, from a very long range, have an impact on a fight that you're not close enough to get attacked from. And you want to be using that ability as much as you possibly can to assist your teammates on top of just getting your own picks. I think in zones in particular, you want to spend a little bit more time focusing on painting, because that's the way that you win the game mode, and it's important to have control of the zone. So, for example, that moment where I was talking about how you want to have the zone capped sooner, that was important. For times where you're trying to find shots and you don't really have a clear target all the time, you could just put the shots on zone instead of like putting them down on top of something you've already painted. And also just putting yourself in a position where you can both fire at a player and spread your shots out. So to explain what I mean, both for you and also partly for the audience, the longer you charge it up, you can see the reticles move closer to each other. That also makes it so they paint less. Like, that is less paint than that, because look at how spread apart this was. This covers a much wider area. This is like a burst bomb at someone's feet, whereas this is a lot narrower, especially at certain points in it, and is a lot less likely to interfere with someone or just to find its target. So you do a lot of this sort of thing when you're trying to fight and paint at the same time, especially when you're trying to paint people's feet. And so getting into a position where you can do these kinds of shots is not a bad thing to do on the tri-stringer, even though you're not playing to your max range, as long as people can't sneak up on you. So a lot of what's happening in this game was we're standing at a range where we can only hit these kinds of shots. And not only is it going to paint less because there's less of a painting radius, but also it just takes longer to charge those shots. So you're firing fewer shots overall than you would be if you were doing this. You can see how much faster those are going out, and how much like smoother of, you know, turf that's creating at the location that you're shooting at. So I generally like try to only charge the arrows as much as I need to get them where I want to go, and then I just kind of release them instead of trying to go for the full charge. Which, you know, if you're trying to get like one shots, then yeah, you want to charge it all the way, but those are kind of inconsistent. So until you're like, you've got like a target in mind, just firing out those like single charge instead of double charge shots can be a better way to control the pace of play, to deny turf to the opponent, and still deal damage in the process. I think Stringer is very comparable to Splatter Scope, but let me just do a quick range check since we're here. Okay. So it's about like that. And then, where's the scope? That's E-liter. Here we go. This works. So this hits. Maybe it's less than I thought. I painted over the entire line. That was silly of me. Now you can't see. Oh, it's significantly less. Let me check the splat charger then. I was wrong about that. Okay, yeah, so the splat charger does significantly outrange it even. It's like, I think Bo was like hereabouts, and then splat charger was hereabouts. So, yeah, challenging the charger on open sightline is definitely really spooky there. Would not recommend doing that once the chargers start really hitting their shots. Oops, not that. One thing I didn't see you doing very much that is very workable paint if you want to go for it is this up-down strategy. Gives you a nice cone of ink in front of you that's both swimmable and gives you a lot of surface area. Oops, missed the second one there. I'm scooted too far forward, and I was worried when I was pulling my controller up that it would bump the bottom of the table. So kind of like this. That's pretty good painting for especially being able to move forward. You want the horizontal version of it, not the vertical one, so don't be jumping while you're doing this. But this is still a pretty good amount of paint as well. It's just not, you know, very swimmable. So like in situations where you get forced off of top mid and you need to play the bottom side, like this can be a really good way to both get yourself out of danger and also just like put paint down that they have to contest. And then once you've got that paint radius around you, now you can start trying to take some shots and figure out positions where you want to engage from. Up the frickin' ramp. There we go. There have been better places to stand on Museum as a backline. Well, let's go and consult Devi's backline positioning guide. So I do think that playing the right side of plat is a pretty important thing to do at least some of the time, so that you keep them honest. You prevent them from being able to use that just totally freely. Yeah. So there's that, and then interesting. So I'm gonna screen share this really quickly on stream. Let's see if it picks the correct window. It doesn't pick a window at all. That's pretty good. Okay. Let's pick the one I'm looking at. Here we go. So here's Devi's backline positioning guide. These are available at a link in the resources section of the Squid School Discord server if you're looking for them. It just opens up a Google Drive with like all of these kinds of images. So there's this, the purple positions are defensive positions. So there's the 2 on plat, which I think are appropriate for the situation that we're talking about here. The one on like your high ground in your base is more for like you're being locked out and the enemy team is on your plat. Then the defensive position on the far left side, that's risky if there's someone who might flank left, especially for a tri-stringer. You know, maybe a Hydra can just pop that player. Maybe a Charger can get the one shot pretty reliably, but I probably wouldn't go there as a stringer. But if there isn't anybody coming left and you just know they're all out in front of you, that can be a good position to mix things up and like be able to protect yourself from them rushing the backside of zone. But then you can see there are all of these possible aggressive positions that you could take depending on what it is you want to be shooting at. But the one that I want to point out that you're not using a lot is on the plat, that there are 2 of them here and you're only really using one of them. That second one is to control your right side, their left side of the zone, and you never really stop them from using that in this game. Do you have any other questions you hear? I'm gonna wait for them to type things out. The blue spots, by the way, are non-traditional positions. They're positions that, like, they're unorthodox, and if you're going to do it, you want to know exactly why you're doing it first. But that they can be useful in certain circumstances. Devi in particular is good at finding those kinds of things because that's something that a Hydra has to do. Hydras have to occasionally just surprise you and threaten to get like a triple. by being in a place you didn't expect them to be. That's kind of important to its playstyle, so that's something that she's done a lot of labbing for. Whoa, Truey Strinker. Yes, yes, Jules. He here says, okay, thank you. All right, awesome. Glad to hear that that was helpful. Let me know, as always, if you have any questions in DMs after the fact. If you're like, oh, wait, I should have asked him that. That's totally fine. Just send me a DM. Happy to help with that. But that's all we've got for the VOD review for today. So thank you so much to you here for being willing to be criticized on stream in front of people. I know that that is something that takes a bit of courage, and always appreciate it for the sake of both, the humility that it takes to do so, and for other people to be able to learn. So, I'm going to hang up from the call now. If you would like a VOD review like this one on the stream on Tuesdays, then just DM me on Discord. If you need the Discord, you can find it among my other links here. It's been getting periodically repeated in the chat for those of you who have been here for a minute. Just find the Discord server, and I'll be on the top of the list on the top right. You'll be able to send me a DM from there. And we'll just work out, which Tuesday you want to get the review for. If Tuesdays don't really work for you, if you're only just coming in towards the end of the stream here and it's already over, then there's also Metafy, which allows you to book for a wider range of different times and days as well. Just those cost money, so I figure people probably prefer to do a Tuesday if that's what works for them. Anyway, I think I'll do a little bit of Q&A while I, finish up a little bit of food here. So if anybody does have questions, feel free to just throw them in chat, and I'll actually be paying attention more than I have been so far. Is there a way to deal with snipers and long-range weapons? I just put a video out about that, last week. I think it's called Dealing with Chargers. So you might want to check that out. Basically, the general gist of it is play around their charge time if you have to be on the same line that they can see. But ideally, do not be seen by them. Do not be perceived. Do not play the same side of the map as them. Just go someplace else. And hello, Short. Oh, no, that's Short T, because it's capital T. I get it. I get it. All right. How's it going? What's the food? It's rice and beans. Very basic. Threw a little bit of cheese in there because it makes it taste gooder. Yes, Devi knows about the right flank. She's done it before on a Hydra. That was honestly one of her first ideas for how to approach the mode. Have you played Tears of the Kingdom? I have played it. I have not played very far into it. It's a good game. I just kind of lost interest over a little bit of time. Extremely important question. How is Mr. Romeo today? At the moment, he's very snoozy, and it's very cute. He was a little bit mischievous earlier on today, but he's been very calm. He looks placid. Watch that video you're mentioning, but getting out of range also depends on maps. I wouldn't say get out of range. I would say put something in between you and them. Get off their sight line is the idea, not get out of range. Obviously, get out of range is the safest way to be, But at some point, you're going to have to get into range if they're standing anywhere useful. But cover is really your best friend when you're pushing against any kind of weapon that has longer range than you. Even if it's not a backliner, you just need to have cover as long as you are anticipating there being anything that outranges you anywhere nearby. Possible that I played more than 200 hours. Oh yeah, the game is designed for that. It's designed to be a sandbox. It just, I don't know. I didn't feel as inclined to explore it as I did with the first Breath of the Wild for some reason. Maybe it's just that the gameplay loop is too similar. Maybe it's that it felt too much the same as it was before. Obviously, the puzzles are very unique and different and very interesting for that reason. I also feel like it kind of de-emphasized the combat in a way that I don't enjoy as much from a Zelda game. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to think about like why it is that Tears of the Kingdom didn't really hit me the same way. How does one do that with an Octobrush despite me having to be aggressive and having to be really deep in the sniper's sight? Octobrushes play behind cover all the time. Like, you go to like Inkblot and an Octobrush just lives on those stacks on like the middle tier. The thing about the Octobrush is you have AoE damage. You can hit up over the top of ledges, so you don't have to ever be on the sniper's sightline. Because your whole thing is sharking. Your whole thing is stealth. Your whole thing is like keeping yourself from being known until it's time to attack them. That is another good piece of advice. If there's ever a kind of weapon that gives you trouble, just start playing that weapon and see what beats you. And then figure out, like, okay, so this is, you know, this is a situation where I'm losing just because I don't know how to play the weapon, but this is a situation where I actually don't know what a good player would do of this weapon. Here, let me pick an Octobrush real quick. Ugh. We'll probably run Ninja Squid on this. That's probably a thing you do still. Do something like this. I don't know. I'm making it up as I go along. What's the map that they're going to pull chargers on? Probably this. And before it gives us all frontline on the opposing team, but we'll do our best. Create a YouTube playlist for VOD reviews. I mean, all of the streams get saved under the live tab, and I'm pretty sure there's just a play all option there. But I don't actually cut up the VODs and put them on separately. Like, the whole stream gets uploaded that way. And there have been a lot. Like, I've been doing this every day since early 2020. I think. Or maybe 2019. No, this started during pandemic. This is early 2020. When will dating advice happen? I mean, nobody's asked me anything, but that doesn't mean I'm unwilling to answer. Okay, we've got a tri-stringer to play around here. So the goal is going to be just to make it so the enemy tri-stringer does not get to shoot me. Kind of that simple. I have little that I can do to assist with the pop here. They outrange bait. It's hard to find a way in on this particular map because it's so narrow. But we get one there. force them forward. Or in this direction, if we like. And notice how this whole time, like, the tri-stringer hasn't even taken a shot at me. Well, I thought I was going to be inside the bubble when I was firing those shots, and it turns out I was not. Pop this. Notice I'm staying out of the range of the bow, but like now I'm getting close when it doesn't have charge. And now it can't stop me. And now I just have mid. Now, should I have mid? Probably not. So there's someone on the left. But I can get pretty close to that weapon. Right? And it was all just by knowing when it had a shot ready to fire. Hard cop to play. Double brush is basically never good. And I'll probably die, yeah. Although if they stay in there, they also get splatted. I'm surprised we didn't follow up with that at all. Got a couple, just the dualies in there. Unfortunately, they got it pretty far in the meantime. I think I'll pick it up just because we already have another brush. We don't need me running around doing that stuff. Probably best to have the paintbrush pick it up in a perfect world, but came back. I think there it would have been better for me to just run it forward and die and hold it back here. Man, and we still have not managed to get anything going. That there. Fix the out. I don't know why I expected the block to cover me a second time. It's a roller. I can hit over the top of it. Okay. The rain helped a lot there. Did a lot of damage to the Rainmaker. Like for our Venzat to be helping. Clear out that corner, make sure there's nobody there. And then once nobody checks it afterwards, we can drop in, knowing that they weren't looking. That's a wipe. That's promising. Let's get this active now so that it's already in the way by the time to respawn. Hit him twice. Hopefully team notices. Please don't just run forward and die. Thank you. And now, we know that the bow is up here. Scare them off. Hopefully team is able to follow up and... Ooh, no. A good stalling by the Rainmaker to keep the prey alive. They get rushed eventually. The problem there was we didn't really have a lot of frontline. It was... I was the most frontline, but also I'm a weapon that needs to flank, and we need someone coming in from the front, as well as me coming in from the side, for my weapon to be effective. So it was like, I would flank, but there would be nobody pushing in front, and nobody really able to protect the Rainmaker that effectively. So that was just a comp issue. If you want to talk to someone you can't talk to for reassurance. Well, it sounds like all you can do there is find somebody else to talk to. It's important to have multiple people that you can talk to. That's something that you should just always pursue. So, hi Jem, how transferable do you think skill in other games is to Splatoon? Is it the platform fighter of the team shooter genre, or does it have more shared DNA fundamentals than it might seem? First of all, I mean, I think there is a lot from platform fighters that you can carry over to other things, but there will always be, like, the perspectives that you take about the basic concepts from other titles and that you're able to bring over. But there's always a lot of the fundamentals and everything that are unique to each game. Some shooters, like especially PC shooters, where the skill of aiming is exactly the same mechanic, those will carry over into each other a lot better. Like, it's way more plausible for someone to go from, like, CS to Valorant than it is for someone to go from, like, Smash to Splatoon and just immediately have solid, like, mechanical skill. That's not the way that it works with this game, but you take concepts like spacing, like the area that your attacks control, from a game like, you know, Platform Fighter, and bring it here, and it makes 1v1 matchups make a lot more sense. So, it's never, like, useless to have experience from other games. Is it going to just carry you right out the gate? Probably not with this particular game. There's basically no mechanic other than, like, dual-stick aiming that really carries over one-to-one from this game to another, and even that doesn't carry over super well because you also have motion aim to contend with, provided that you're using that system, which is heavily incentivized by the game's mechanics. Old friend that I'm on a break with, just feel guilty about the whole situation. Wish I could talk to him about it sometimes when I realize more things, but I can't because we're on a break. Yeah, like, and that's something that will continue happening throughout your life, that, like, you'll have a situation and then you'll spend some time away from it and you'll process it more and more as time goes on. If you've decided that you're on a break, then be on a break, and you'll have time, you know, and probably even more cooked up to tell them afterward. That said, also, like, in my experience, there's not a very high rate of taking a break turning into being back in the relationship again. So I would steel yourself for that possibility if that's something that you're thinking about. Know, you know, that at some point there might just be something that's not going to get fixed right now, and that things might just stop there, and that the time for explaining things or, you know, trying to make them feel better about it or whatever, sometimes those have just passed. That's not what you wanted to hear, of course, I'm sure, but something to think about as well. But yeah, take the break, and, you know, if you think you're going to forget stuff, then write it down. It's a helpful exercise for you to remember it, if nothing else. And every relationship that you're in is going to be a learning process. It's going to be something that makes you better at doing it next time. So even if things don't work out with this individual person and the absolute worst case scenario you're imagining in your head happens, well, you'll be better come the next person. Don't worry too much about it. Thank you, Mr. School. You're like Master Oogway. Thank you, I guess. Yeah, of course. Thank you. All right, sent. Shoot, what was sent? Oh, to Devi. To Devi. Got it, got it. That makes sense. Sometimes I wonder how much of Splatoon can be translated into dating advice. A lot if you really decide to try and think about it, but it's... I don't find it to be as useful of a teaching tool. Something that I do, though, a lot is when I'm trying to teach someone something, if I, you know, have something in common with them, like if I play Smash and they play Smash, or, you know, they also play Splatoon, I will take that other thing and try and put it in terms of the things that we both understand. It's just helpful leverage for an analogy, you know? Helpful inspiration for making the comparison. How do you get better at using Trizuka? I've actually answered a question like that earlier, but one thing that's really good to do is just stand up here, be like, I hit that target. I hit that target. I hit that one too. And like project as best you can where that shot is going to land, so you get a better and better idea of exactly where those shots are going to go. Playing it a lot will help. Another thing that a lot of people don't recognize at first, in case you weren't here earlier, is that I am going to overshoot this target if I fire from right here. I need to aim lower because it arcs up into the air. So for the first half of its travel time, if you aim directly at the target, it's liable to go over the top of the target. So sometimes you need to aim as far as like here, below the target, for it to go that far. Now, when you're not standing above it, it's a lot different, and you would, you know, aiming here, you probably would still hit it. But maybe back here, you wouldn't, because that's about the midpoint of the Trizuka's arc. And so from here, you probably would actually overshoot, and you'd have to aim lower. So getting a sense of like where that arc is in space, being able to visualize it, is the biggest challenge, I think, with that special. Have you done a video on how holding the stick forward and backward increases or decreases your range? You mean like your main weapon range? Not really. So there's this, and then there's this. You know, you get like just the tiniest bit more out of that. And it's the same kind of deal with, you know, do I have enough room? Probably not. I need to move back. So like with bombs, for example, here's on the line, and then here's, you know, that went clearly significantly further just because I had the forward momentum. So something like this is really good. So that might be a topic. I don't worry too much about the like walking forward aspect of range, because that is at most probably going to affect one shot. So it could matter, but it's very unlikely to matter. The bomb thing is a lot more useful. That and like I think the same effect happens with clams. Hello, Asa here. Playing series or X battles? Probably not. I'm just kind of answering questions, and if I get into a game, I tend not to pay enough attention to chat. Ooh, excuse me, to chat fast enough to get through all the questions they ask me. Kind of min-max dating. Min-maxing dating is hard because there's so many variables. Typically, taking a data-focused approach is not really going to account for every variable. Process of learning applies to all life skills. Very true. There's no meta. There's a meta. You know, there's a lot of a meta. It's just there is no single comp that is better than all the other comps. The metagame is just based on the way the game is coded and what's actually in it. How is it that people tend to play in response to those mechanics? What is it that, you know, is incentivized versus disincentivized? Why would people run one thing over another? What is the best at doing the things that are the best? So, like, yeah, there's no metagame for a coin flip, because there's nothing that goes past the game mechanics. But anything much more complex than that, you know, even tic-tac-toe, there's a metagame there. There will be for pretty much anything. Struggle with making gear outfits for weapons. Do you have a video about it? My video would probably just be recommending that you go to sendu.inc/builds and look at what the top players are doing and figure out why you think they might be doing that. Literally the best advice that I will ever give on gear builds. And, like, if you don't understand why someone's running what they run, then you can just DM them out in Discord or something like this. This is a relatively small community, and you just have access to a lot of them. Finally learned to stop playing when getting tilted. Excellent. Very good. Do not ever keep the tilt going. Just recognize that it's happening, be honest with yourself, and take a break. And obviously, the goal, eventually, is to get to the point where you're not tilting in the first place. But that's a really good place to start. Like, just having the awareness in the first place is so important, because it's difficult to do anything about it without ever knowing when you are and aren't tilting. I wouldn't say that playing Splatoon helps with dating, but learning about Splatoon and learning how to be a better person kind of helps you with both. That's, you know, you could say that dating helps you with Splatoon. Because dating helps train. Really, what we're training here is the underlying emotional maturity, the ability to learn, the ability to reflect, control your emotions, the ability to interact with other people effectively. Those are things that help with a lot of stuff. With Splatoon, dating, military strategy, probably, maybe. I don't know. Skills are a lot more interchangeable than people often give them credit for. Hi, I've seen some of your YouTube shorts before, and this is my first time on stream. Welcome, Sam Owens Jr. Good to have you. Military, huh? There's probably a way. One would think. I remember when Napoleon won the heart of the general of Russia. What do you mean, ended the war? That Napoleon lost to the Russians. That was where he was beaten. Ended the war. It didn't end well for him, but he ended it. I mean, valid. That is, you know... You definitely should aim to end wars, just maybe not in a way that ends you up in, like, prison. That's probably not ideal for your personal happiness. Not doing war crimes is a pretty low bar. We should probably be aiming a little bit higher than that. Let's start with, like, don't do war. Or, controversial opinion, not a very good thing. Would definitely be better if it did not happen. So you're saying I can't use Tri-Strike to win arguments at my friend's house? Well, I mean, if it's in Splatoon, sure. I disagree. I think the card game war is lame. Card game war is just a bunch of coin flips in a row until you win all of the coin flips. Yeah, I mean, I'm always working on the aim, so it's going to get better over time. One of the things you have to think about, too, is that even if your aim gets better, other people are getting better at the same time. So you may well be making positive progress and still be falling behind other people. That's a thing that happens. Are you really a former teacher? Yes. I was a middle school English teacher for 3 years. If all I'd had to do was the part in the classroom with the kids, I would still be there. But there is grading involved. And that was just too much of my life. I don't even necessarily think that grading is dumb. I think that there was just too much of it. Like, I think the feedback that I was giving students on their papers was very good and helpful, and that I just wasn't able to give them as much of it as I wanted to, because whenever I would assign a 2-page paper, that meant I had a 360-page paper to grade, so to speak. You know, 180 students, 2 pages each. Too much. Spend 15 minutes on each paper. Just like add up in your mind how many hours that's taking to get the paper graded. So yeah, it's a 40-hour work week if you don't include the grading. And then you include the grading. And you trying to get all of those papers back in a week? No, you're not. Man, 15 minutes always felt like the bare minimum that I could give them. There were certainly more efficient ways to give the feedback, but I knew that the feedback that I was giving them was good. And I knew that if I didn't take that long, it was less good, and it didn't feel good. Bring back S1 motion. I have no idea what that felt like, because I didn't play it. I do think, like, the numbers, it's kind of like when you have, like, a video game review, right? Sure, the 8 out of 10 at the end or whatever isn't everything, right? But it gives you a good sense, because, like, a lot of the time you can get a game that you really liked, that you was just like, man, so much of this is so good, and it's just this, like, one little thing that really nagged at me that, like, prevented me from giving it a higher score. So you want to keep it in perspective. Like, this is still a very good game. This is like an 8.5 out of 10. But the fact that it could have been a 10 out of 10 is what frustrates me. That sort of thing happens all the time with, like, student papers, where it's like, everything is, like, mechanically very good here. Your idea was just based on a really flawed premise that wasn't supported by the information that you were trying to use to support it. And so because of that, here are all of the things that didn't work. And, like, you're so close to actually getting it right, you just need a good idea to start with. And so you don't want to, like, give that person nothing but negative feedback, when in fact, like, all that really needed to change was this one thing, and there are all these other things that you can say that are nice about it. So one of the ways you can do that is by giving it an 85. Like, hey, this is pretty close to an A. Like, you're almost there. Keep going in this direction, and I bet you can get there next time. But yeah, the emphasis on the numbers specifically is really silly. And I don't even think that's even necessarily completely, like, the establishment's fault, per se. Like, sure, for, like, some Ivy Leagues, they're like, yeah, just have perfect grades, lol. But they're not even necessarily like that. They're more like, hey, if you've got, like, a B on something, but, like, you have a reason for it, you are exemplary in X, Y, and Z place, you have your priorities in order and we can tell, like, that's not necessarily even the end of the world or anything. We want you to be well-rounded. Like, even in the one place where they matter the absolute most, they're not a sure thing. Grades are like, you try to try to put your grades on a job application when you grow up, right? That's not gonna lead to anything. They're not gonna care. Grades can be used well. I think it's the mindset that people take to grades that really makes or breaks them. Losing more games when you play series than open. Yes, matchmaking in series is going to be more difficult. Open is going to be a lot more random. And people are also going to take it less seriously simply because there isn't, like, some huge number of points riding on it. It's not a matter of whether they get to keep their tickets, you know? You know, it's funny that there was only really, like, one set of parents I had who really thought their child could do no wrong and, like, let them get away with murder. Pretty much everyone, like, when I explained a thing that happened, they were willing to look at their child and say, all right, are you going to explain that to me? Why did this happen? You know, a lot of them were very supportive and took my side. Even when I was bad at teaching, like, my first year was absolutely miserable. I was bad at my job. And even then, the vast majority of teachers were on my side to the point where when I would bring something up with their student and the parent was there, they would back me up on that. But yeah, there's always a few. There's always a few who just have a very warped sense of self, or expectations for their students. Feel X rank is better or worse than running into too many stinky games in my experience? I have not played enough X rank to really have an opinion. Geez, that's low. I just don't grind it very much. Usually, I'm just playing solo queue to get footage for the background of videos, and I just go for whatever mode I want it to be on, or whatever rotation I want it to be on. This actually isn't too bad of a mode right now, but... Grades don't matter unless you can say something like, I graduated summa cum laude, something looks nice on a resume. Something looking nice on a resume is like, it's one bullet point out of an entire page of text. So, sacrificing a whole ton of experiences that you could be having otherwise in exchange for just perfect grades is not worth it. It'd be better if you could say, I volunteered here, I had this job, I did this thing in my community, I created this club, and to be able to say all of those things, than to be able to say I got straight A's for the vast majority of situations. I would much rather have that person. Like, one of the things that I'm proudest of, that I still put on my resume, you know, were I to apply to a job to this day, is the Super Smash Brothers tournaments that I hosted in college. Like, not even the ones that I, like, hosted professionally, but the fact that I, as a college student, got a weekly from 5 to 10 people a week to 150 people a week. So the fact that that became, like, a hub of the community around me. That was more valuable to me than even a lot of my work experience. And sure, you know, that might not look like super impressive if I just put it there, but if I get an interview, I'm gonna go in and explain, here's why I put that on my resume, right? You're gonna contextualize it. Also, bear in mind that the resume is something that someone looks at for an average of 7 seconds. Like, that entire page of text, 7 seconds is how long that recruiter is probably looking at your resume. And they're probably looking for some random particular thing that they're hoping for, and not really caring too much about a lot of the other fluff stuff. So, obviously, you know, if there's something that's unique and really stands out, then that's something that can be impressive. If they're not looking for academic excellence, but you have it, that's something that, you know, can look good and can, you know, put you above somebody else. But it only says so much. No one bullet point is everything. Can you do the S2 X-Rank pose in S3? I don't think so. MT slot, it's the number of tickets that you win without dropping a single game. I believe that's what that streak number is. Yeah, don't put your heart and soul into your resume is the thing. Like, think about, you know, what are the things I've done that I'm most proud of, that are most relevant to this job? Put them there, and then worry about the interview. And maybe, you know, if there's something that you put on the resume that someone really might not like, maybe you run that by someone so they can be like, oh, hey, these are some things you should put there instead. But I don't know. I've played something of a role in hiring people before, and as long as, like, those most important basics are there, I don't think it's worth, you know, agonizing over your resume. Like, as long as they're doing interviews and you get a chance to go there in person and talk to them and, like, explain everything, like, you can make a bad resume look good. just it needs to be good enough that you're worth even considering for the job in the first place. You need to be doing something that shows some initiative. You need to be doing something that like indicates that you actually want this job as opposed to just wanting a job. And those are the positions you should be applying for if at all possible. Like, if you're going for a job and you don't want to do that job, you're gonna be worse than someone who wants to do that job, even with the same exact qualifications, because of motivation. And they're gonna know that, and they're gonna see that. So, nothing wrong with like doing a job just for the money of it, but that also makes you less competitive for that job if there are people who actually do want to do it. Yeah, and like if you're glad you have that job, that by itself is a point in your favor. Like if you went into work every morning like, ugh, I hate this, you're gonna do a worse job. It's going to be something that people pick up on and see. It's gonna affect the morale of everyone around you. Like, go in and like try to get something out of it. Try to see the silver lining, at the very least. So you set up for whatever job comes next. Alright, well, I guess this turned out to be more career advice than dating advice today, but... Oh, well, you know, I never promised the dating advice. I just said, hey, maybe it'll happen, you know? So, more of that at some other time. In the meantime, we are going to head out for now. I'm going to go and send you over to... Let's send you to Lummo. Lummo's doing salmon running. Thank you everybody for watching. If you want to support me or find other things that I do, there are some links that you can click on. If you want a VOD review like this, just DM me on the Discord page. If you want other lessons, there's Metafy. Lots of different options there. Thank you everybody, and we'll see you again soon. I think I'll probably stream again before Christmas. Maybe? We'll see. Maybe not. Yeah, I might not actually. Huh, well. For those who celebrate, a very happy Christmas and a Merry New Year and all that other stuff. Have a good one, everybody. Say hi to Lomo for me.